We are all here for the same reason. We're all fighting for the same island and the same people. We just have different ways of seeing things. I believe that through dialogue, we can learn to understand each other. Then we can find a way to create harmony and unity in our government.
And with that, session resumed, continuing discussion on Senator Dennis Rodriguez's amendment to add Bill 20 to Bill 19.
They're using every procedural way to try to suppress the contents of Bill 20. I've decided to put the contents of Bill 20 to Bill 19 because it's really the same.
Debate ensued on whether, in fact, moving forward with Bill 20, either on its own or as amended into Bill 19, would legitimize gambling on Guam.
Right now, the entire issue has been framed in such a light that anybody who votes in favor of this action, whether as a standalone bill or as an amendment, is in favor of gambling. And that is not only overly simplistic, but I also believe completely erroneous.
And from the lottery to bingo and even the casino at the carnival, Senator Michael Imtiaco says the argument on legislation to legalize gambling should not matter because it's clear that we already allow it.
We do it. Our community accepts it. Not that it's right, but that there's inconsistency in the law.
And before further argument could be had, procedural technicalities were once again raised, such as open government law, ensuing arguments like this.
Madam Speaker, I'm asking for a ruling of the chair with regards to the law that requires open government and notice.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Why do you allow him to keep hitting on the spot? You made your point. You ruled.
Yes, I realize that.
Despite the objection, Speaker Judi Wampat decided to proceed. And with all the arguing, Senator Tom Addis stated what many were thinking.
And I just ask, let's move forward and get that work accomplished. And all this maneuvering and whatever you want to call it, it's just not getting us anywhere.
Back to debating the amendment, Senator Pangilinan continued to speak in opposition to the Rodriguez amendment, saying it would legalize gambling, concurring with the Attorney General.
I spoke to the Attorney General and his staff, and they have said that this bill will absolutely and clearly make what is now illegal, legal, Madam Speaker.
Rodriguez, meanwhile, says it's comments like Pangalinan's that are being used to misguide the people, many of which were present in the public hearing room.
What you're seeing here, you're seeing some members of the legislature pandering to certain special interest groups and coming out to show them, they are the champions for their cause, when really a lot of what they're saying are lies.
After much debate, Rodriguez received enough votes to keep Bill 20 as an amendment in Bill 19. Immediately after lunch, lawmakers continued discussion on the measure. Senator Pangilinan questioned the difference between the original Bill 20 and the substituted version.
Why sunset? Why sunset the provision for a tax on the health insurance companies until GMH has paid off its debts? And when it's for the gambling, you just let it go forever, Madam Speaker.
He proposed an amendment adding a new section relative to the tax imposed and the authority to license gaming machines would be repealed upon the payment of vendors of GMH. Immediately thereafter, Senator Michael Saniclas proffered an amendment to Pangalinan's amendment to strike just the licensing of gaming machines and replaced it with all gaming, limited gaming, and gambling.
Let's sunset everything and put all gambling to bed with this amendment.
This follows a similar move on Saturday where Saniclas was unsuccessful in trying to eliminate all forms of gambling and gaming on Guam. Both the Saniclas and Pangilinan amendment passed with a vote of 8-7. Bill 19's author, Senator Chris Dueñas, meanwhile, said he never envisioned the route Bill 19 would take in being the vehicle to end all gaming.
No more hypocrisy. Now we got a sunset provision. We're going to collect the taxes. We're going to make our hospital whole. And then we're going to move together as a community, Madam Speaker, to allow that revenue to circulate in our economy and to be responsible in this government to take care of those things which we should have been doing in the first place anyways.